In this review, we will look at two cameras. The Canon EOS 600D, known as the EOS Rebel T3i in the US, or EOS KISS X5 in Japan, and the Canon Rebel T7, also called the 2000D. We'll cover both the good and the not so good features of these cameras. Let's begin. First off, which lenses are they compatible with? Both Canon EF and EFS lenses are compatible with these two cameras, including the popular Canon EF 50mm f1.8, the Canon EFS 18-55mm kit lens, and many others. You have a wide range of options when it comes to third-party lenses as well, making your choices nearly unlimited. Do either of these cameras have dual SD card slots? No, neither camera has this feature, as it is typically found on higher-end cameras rather than the more basic models. For professional work, having two SD cards ensures that even if one SD card fails, you can still access all of your photos through the second one. It's rare for SD cards to fail, especially if you rotate them frequently. However, in theory it can happen. Moreover, you have the option to skip the backup function and use each card separately. This method will provide you with double the storage capacity. Okay, so can I transfer these photos wirelessly if I choose? So the T7 has Wi-Fi connectivity, whereas the 600D does not. Neither camera has Bluetooth connectivity, however the T7 does have NFC capabilities. Okay, so how portable are they? The 600D measures 133.1 by 99.5 by 79.7mm, or 5.24 by 3.92 by 3.14 inches, and weighs about 560 grams or 19.75 ounces. Meanwhile, the T7 measures 129 by 101.3 by 77.6mm, or 5.08 by 3.99 by 3.06 inches, and weighs approximately 475 grams or 16.76 ounces. Both cameras have a similar physical size, which allows for easy portability in low profile. The choice of lenses, however, can alter their portability quickly. So I've reviewed numerous lenses on my channel. You can either find a link down below or click the card in the top right corner. Now, what about build quality? The 600D body is made of stainless steel, polycarbonate resin and conductive fiber, whereas the T7 uses polycarbonate resin with glass fiber and a unique conductive fiber. As a result, I'd say that they are roughly equivalent. Okay, what about displays? The 600D comes with a flip screen. While it may not be the best, it is sufficient in order to navigate menus and view photographs you have taken. This can also serve to protect the glass, as the screen can be turned around when not in use. On the other hand, the T7 has a fixed screen that cannot be moved or turned. Right, so what can we expect in terms of battery life? The 600D camera has an LPE8 battery that can take approximately 450 shots. Conversely, the T7 camera's LPE10 battery can provide you with roughly 500 photos. Remember that several factors can influence battery life, including how often you use the screen, the battery's age, and the environment's temperature. You should consider bringing extra batteries when taking photos, especially if there are other people participating in the shoot. By the way, if you find this video useful, remember to give it a thumbs up. Additionally, if you're interested in buying any of the products discussed in this review, I've included affiliate links below for your convenience. Right, so how good are these cameras at taking photos? The APS-C sensor in both cameras has a size of 22.3 by 14.9mm, with the T7 providing 24.1 megapixels and the 600D having 18 megapixels. The T7 runs on the Digic 4 Plus processor, while the Digic 4 processor powers the 600D. The Digic 4 and 4 Plus introduced faster image processing, which is an improvement from the earlier models. Additionally, high ISO images experienced better noise reduction, and the camera now allows for H.264 1080p video recording. Actually, regarding ISO capabilities, both the 600D and T7 give you the option to operate within a range of 100 to 6400, which has an extendability of up to 12800. Keeping the ISO on the lower side as much as possible is usually advisable, as higher values can generate unwanted noise in your photos. Okay, so do both cameras have decent autofocus? Yes, both cameras offer up to 9 autofocus points for relatively effective focusing. However, do they come with dual pixel AF? Unfortunately, neither comes with that, which is a shame. Usually a higher number of AF points and dual pixel AF working together tend to result in better autofocusing. Right, what about maximum shutter speed? Both of these cameras possess a maximum shutter speed of 1/4000th of a second, which is nice. Okay, what if I want to be able to capture multiple frames quickly so that I can take photos of fast-moving subjects like in sports or wildlife? What you're looking for is continuous shooting mode. The 600D and the T7 can capture 3.7 frames a second and 3 frames a second respectively. In essence, the 600D can capture 3.7 photos in 1 second, while the T7 can capture 3. If you aim to capture swift motion, this isn't ideal, but it's a start. The greater number of frames you can take per second, the more likely you are to obtain the precise frame you require. So let's talk about video performance. How do these cameras do in this regard? Well, the 600D and the T7 can record at 1080p at 30 fps and 720p at 60 fps. However, you should note that they lack Canon log. This feature, available in more expensive cameras, increases the dynamic range of your footage. Another important aspect to consider is image stabilization or IBIS. Do these cameras have it? Unfortunately, neither the 600D nor the T7 offer IBIS. Although many cameras offer digital stabilization, it's best to avoid it as a general rule. If you desire, you can experiment with the in-body digital IS. However, the truth is that it's not often very good. Additionally, it becomes a permanent part of the video, so you cannot have a backup version of the footage without it. As a result, capturing shaking footage initially and then enhancing it with software such as Premiere or other editing programs is more beneficial, particularly considering that these tools are continually being enhanced. If you are looking for optical stabilization, consider purchasing a lens such as the Canon EFS 18-55mm kit lens with IS in the name. This lens will provide you with in-lens stabilization, which is superior to in-camera digital stabilization. Would either of these cameras be good for vlogging? Although any camera could be used for that purpose, there are some points to take into account. First, it is important to have a flip screen to adjust your position while filming. The 600D has a flip screen, whereas the T7 does not. A flip screen makes vlogging significantly simpler. Moreover, flipping the screen can safeguard its surface while it is in your bag. Now, when considering a vlogging camera, it's also important to consider its type of sensor. These two cameras have cropped APS-C sensors that produce a more zoomed-in image than full-frame sensors. Therefore, when choosing a lens for handheld vlogging, you should opt for lenses with shorter focal lengths, considering the camera crop factor of 1.6 times. Otherwise, many lenses may just be too zoomed in. For handheld vlogging, you can utilize the 18-55mm kit lens mentioned earlier and simply zoom it out to capture more in your frame. Plus, if you opt for the version that has IS, your videos will appear smoother, which is ideal in almost all situations. Another option is the Canon 24mm pancake lens, which is also wide enough but doesn't come with IS. As a result, you may end up with shakier footage. If you plan to place the camera on a tripod, the lens recommendations will change considerably. In this scenario, using the 18-55mm lens or the 24mm is not recommended. Rather, you should consider the Canon EF 50mm f1.4 or f1.8, which offer a wider aperture, allowing more light to come in and producing a pleasing bokeh effect, which is that blurred background that everyone loves. However, these two lenses are not appropriate for handheld vlogging as they are highly zoomed in and do not include IS. If you want to learn more about these lenses, you can watch the reviews on the channel, the link is down below, or click the card in the top right corner. How much longevity can you expect from these cameras? Be mindful that neither camera has weather sealing, necessitating care while handling. To protect your gear, avoid using either camera in moisture-heavy locations. Both devices can sustain approximately 100,000 actuations before mechanical failure may occur. The estimated lifetime of both cameras is determined by the number of clicks, amongst other things. When you snap a photo, the camera makes a clicking sound, which counts as an actuation. By doing a quick calculation, taking 100,000 photos with an average rate of 10 photos per day would last approximately 27 years. However, other parts of the camera might malfunction before reaching that limit. It's important to note that this estimate assumes you start with 0 photos, and if you purchase a second-hand camera, you may need to adjust the calculation slightly. Before purchasing the camera, it is important for you to verify the listing and confirm the number of photos it has already captured. So what were these cameras designed for? The 600D and T7 are both suitable for different types of photography, including portrait, street, product, landscape, wedding, event, and documentary. When it comes to these types of photography, selecting the appropriate lens is more crucial than the camera itself. The process can get trickier when trying to take sports and wildlife shots. Along with choosing the right lens, other elements need to be taken into account. One important aspect is having a quick shutter speed and a high number of frames per second in continuous mode. As we discussed earlier, the 600D has a 3.7 frames a second feature when in continuous mode, while the T7 has 3 FPS. Furthermore, both have a maximum shutter speed of 1/4000th of a second. I hope this review has been helpful. If you're curious about the cost of these lenses in your area, there are affiliate links down below for your convenience. If you'd like to check out more reviews, I've also included some links down below, or click the card in the top right corner. Do you have any questions? Feel free to comment down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.